Good day, everyone, and welcome to Heart Matters. If this is your first time tuning in, we want to extend a big welcome to you. And if you're one of our faithful viewers, we want to let you know how much we appreciate your support each week. We're excited for our time together, so let's jump right into it. Today, we'll spend time with some team members from the Haven of Rest, which is a center in Deer Lake focused on helping men in need. Also joining us as this week's musical guest, we're pleased to welcome Heather Butt as she sings a couple of songs for us. We truly hope today's show is a blessing to you.
Foundations have been shaken, when I'm left standing in the dark, and all I feel is my heart breaking. You still reign and you're still God, and when it feels all hope has faded, questions hit so hard, and though my soul may feel forsaken, you still reign and you're still God. Though I can't see what's before me, I know that I can trust your one truth will be my story. You still reign and you're still God. I will declare that you are with me, though voices whisper that you're not. You'll never leave me nor forsake me. You still reign and you're still God. Though I can't see what's before me, I know that I can trust your heart, and this one truth will be my story. You still reign and you're still God. I'll trust the victory of your cross and fix my eyes upon you, Jesus. For you are God and I am not. You are good and you are faithful, as you have been from the start. For your glory, you still reign and you're still God. And though I can't see what's before me, I know that I can trust your heart, and this one truth will be my story. You still reign and you're still God. Yes, this truth will be my story. You still reign and you're still God.
Heart Matters will return in just a moment.
Scott's Transport Limited is a family-owned and operated full transportation company located in beautiful Deer Lake. In business for over 25 years and with a fleet of modern equipment and dedicated team, we service the growing needs of businesses from Newfoundland and Labrador to Ontario and locations in between. If it matters to you, it matters to us.
Looking for quality products and top-notch service? From lumber to paint and refrigerators to sofa, your local Notre Dame Home Furnishings and Notre Dame Castle Building Centers can help you complete your home, serving you from 16 locations across Newfoundland and Labrador, 6 days a week.
Closed captioning provided by Terry's Tents, in business for 30 years, providing canvas fabrication, printing, embroidery, craft supplies, and more, located in Happy Valley, Goose Bay.
My name is Clarence White. I'm a retired math teacher, and the way I grew up in life, I grew up in a home with a dad, and he died when I was a little boy due to alcoholism. That he was a successful businessman, but he was on Juno Beach in the Second World War, and he didn't get any help, and he died a young man with post-traumatic stress disorder, and he passed that on to my two older brothers, who also died early on due to alcoholism. So when you lose 3 members of your immediate family and attend 3 funerals, it affects you greatly. And I guess through the grieving process, I wanted to fight back. I started going to church on a Saturday night by myself, and then I had a friend come out of addictions, and he joined on with me. And after a while, we ended up with 10 men at the library of our local church, and we created the Humber Valley Men's Support Group, we called it, at the end of the day. And as time progressed, we realized that there's a huge need. Most homes now have been affected by this. It's not just a few people, and it affects people in every walk of life. So it's time that we band together as a group and society and get the job done here. Rob was one of the members of that group.
And we searched out the area a little bit, and we came across this place just up over the hill. And my friend was a good operator. He was worked hard all of his life. He just got into that challenge. And I said, Lord, whatever you want us to do. So from that moment on, then we started to put things together. A little over 2 years ago we started, and we pulled the 2 trailers in and made 2 apartments for our 2 friends that needed help. And that's basically where we got started from.
When you see men in your community stuck in addictions in a ditch, and they're like a fly on a ball in a web, they can't get out. And this building gives us an opportunity to help to save these people's lives. Children now in the schools are doing more drugs than before. There's more homelessness, and it seems to be on the rise, and it's in the media all the time now. So society needs to fight back, and this is one way we can fight back, by getting an institution developed here called the Haven. That will be a haven for 10 to 12 men. They can come here for a year or even longer and be out of it to the point where they're free. Outside it's developed, it looks really nice, and it's done outside. But inside it's a cement skeleton. Therefore, to house people, you gotta have the proper facility. So temporarily, we put 2 work trailers in the back. Once those trailers are removed, and the apartments are put in that same space. You could put 10 to 12 men when it's designed and built, and run them through a 12-month program. Because right now, in our area, they're going through a 3 to 4 week program, and it's not enough. They come in, they just start to get better, then they go right back where they were. 12 months, alcohol and drug-free environment, Christian environment. We know that we can turn around a lot more people's lives. And we have a fair number of volunteers, and they all have different talents. One of the volunteers came in yesterday and painted this room, for example. We do have a support base. As treasurer, I see it every day. There are people that's contributing to this registered charity more and more in the area as they find out about it, because they know the need is great. So funds is badly needed.
As we wait upon the Lord, He'll provide what's needed when it's needed. And our prayer for the long-term vision is that we'll be able to help these men with that beautiful soul, with the God-given abilities and talents, that we can get them back on the right track and keep them there. And where God takes it, amen, we don't know. But we just want to be willing to do our part from the beginning.
I can't thank the board of directors enough for starting this initiative. A lot of the reality is when it comes to addiction, and I've heard it many times in my last 12 years involved in politics on a provincial, federal, and municipal level, that there's a lot of stigma. And who are you guys to be elected to allow those type of settings in our community? Well, as far as I'm concerned, we're here to break that stigma, because ultimately no community, no family is immune to addiction. And big world problems or big city problems with drugs and addiction happen right in our backyard as well. We, I think, as leaders, provincially, municipally, federally, need to stand up and find solutions to how we help people in society. Speaking with the Premier, this is one of the fastest approvals for a nonprofit application, so it just goes to show when you get the right people pulling in the right direction for the right cause, things can really happen. And I've got to know a couple of the gentlemen that are up at the Haven now, and it's just remarkable. And I truly think that they wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for the help of such Haven that exists in our community.
And so we leased this building. We formed a community committee. We're a registered charity. We developed our own model of care. And as time progressed, we realized that there's a huge need. And so now we've hired our first employee.
I come along to assist them in that, and so that we can speed this process as soon as we can, to have this building acquired, renovated, and have individuals housed, helped, and get them back on the right track again. I saw the need in the area. I saw the need through my life experience in dealing with young people, dealing with families and individuals with desperate needs in their life, in their families. And I said, this is something that I feel at this point in time that I can get involved in, because the need is great, and we just need to get them and help them on the ground to where they can become the individuals that they need to be and that God created them to be.
We had Al basically in the ditch. He was going to set up a tent on Main Street.
I was down the ditch, picking up pop cans. That's all I had left to do. And so the two of us would get together, sometimes make fill up a couple of bags down to the recycle place. I have Parkinson's, and other than that, it's pretty good. My addiction was all mixed up there for a while, and now it's going better, so the Haven means a lot to me that way.
We need to get them back to their hands and feet going. And one of the projects that came our way, a lady approached us about putting bees up in the back, and we were excited about it. And these are projects that we're working on that we can, not only to help the men to regenerate and do, but going forward, hopefully we'll be able to set up little business so that they'll be able to market their products, get back into the world. And some of that funding will be able to help come back to help fund the Haven and the different aspects of the Haven.
There's always a root, there's a reason why somebody does what they do. My dad developed alcoholism as a result of Juno Beach, the Second World War. I grew up in it. I've seen it all. Therefore, there's nothing surprises me. There's nothing scary about it. It's the society that we live in, and people are crying out for help. And these are good people.
These are human beings. These are souls on this planet that deserve security and support. Specifically the last 5 years, You're seeing and you're hearing of, tent cities right across our country. I've never heard of that. I was just in St. John's lately, and it's visible there as well. We, I think, as leaders, we need to stand up and, find solutions to how we help people.
Jesus taught about helping broken people, and we realize that Jesus' blood is the answer. Jesus can change lives. Jesus died for everybody, not just Clarence White's, who's been a successful teacher in his career. He died for the broken. There's always hope. There's always a second chance, a third chance, a fourth chance. I believe that there's always hope when there's breath. So if you're out there in TV land watching this, there's hope for you today. Jesus gives everybody hope. It doesn't really matter how low that you've gone. Jesus is definitely the answer for you.
People are at the core of what Heart Matters is all about. And you, our viewers, are the most important of all. That's why we'd love to hear from you. Why not stop by our website and let us know how the show has impacted you? Or maybe you know of someone who would be a great guest for the show. Either way, we'd love to hear about it. I also invite you to follow us on social media to stay in the loop of the week-to-week happenings here. Still to come on today's show, The Bottom Line with Mike Freake, and more music from Heather Butt when Heart Matters returns.
Looking for a quiet, clean, and economical place to stay in central Newfoundland? Emmanuel Convention Center offers hotel and motel rooms, cabins, bunk rooms, and RV lots. We are a family-friendly site featuring nature trails, a playground, and sporting areas. Give us a call today.
From envelopes to tractor-trailer loads, Dooley's Trucking caters to all your shipping needs. Capable of meeting all your shipping requirements throughout Newfoundland. Dooley's Trucking is your choice for fast and efficient delivery. Ship with the best. Ship Dooley's.
My name is Brandon Lee Mullet. I'm the owner here at Gander Appliance and Furniture, and I'd like to welcome you to our new showroom right here in Gander.
We carry a wide variety of furniture brands, including Canadian-made Decorest, Canadel Dining, and a large variety of Ashley furniture. We also carry major appliance brands such as Bosch, Maytag, and Whirlpool. Come visit us at 60 Armstrong Boulevard in Gander or 1 Fairview Street in Lewisport.
It seems as of late, every time we turn on the TV or read news articles, we are faced with the unfortunate realities of people struggling here in our own country and province. Here on the home front, you've got the housing crisis, rising food costs, a growing dependency on local food banks, which, by the way, are struggling to keep up. You've got inflation, growing interest rates. People appear to be struggling more and more. We see the tent cities popping up across the country, the growing protest, the social media backlash. We read the sad and sometimes sickening stories of real people who are struggling to survive and maintain some sense of dignity. And truthfully, it's a challenge to come up with a solution that actually addresses the issues. But nevertheless, there seems to be a lot of opinions as to why we are where we are. It's the politicians, it's government spending, it's a lack of planning, it's a lack of focus and decisiveness by those in authority to make the right decisions that will bring about the changes we need. Well, here's my question today. What can the church do? Do we have an answer for the social issues of our time? Well, let me start by reminding us of what Jesus told us to do. Now, some of you might be somewhat familiar with this statement, but for some, it might be the first time you've ever heard it. But Jesus said to love your God with all of your heart and with all of your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. And the second is like it. Love your neighbor as much as you love yourself. Of course, put God first in your life, that's clear. But don't forget the next. We are to love people around us. Not only those who are in the church, but we are commanded to show God's love to those who are both inside and outside the church. Now, I need all of the church people to listen to me for a moment. We are called by God to love our community, to love people who don't necessarily think like us, to love people who have never graced the doors of our buildings, but they are, according to Jesus, our neighbors. And if we genuinely love them, we will naturally strive to do what is necessary to meet not only the spiritual needs of our neighbors, but to also meet the social and physical needs as well. That is the love of Jesus in the most practical sense. That is the love of Jesus on display. The church really should be at the forefront of offering help to everything that we see and hear about on the evening news. That has always been a part of the mission of the church throughout the centuries, which means helping to meet the needs of those in our communities. Now, I make no apologies to say that I believe that the church should be at the front lines and not hiding in the background. I believe that the church should help the hurting, assisting those who are struggling. We should be feeding the hungry, and the church should provide its buildings and assist in housing. The church should be using its resources to show the love of Jesus to our neighbors. And I believe that if we love God, we must also love our community. And that's the bottom line.
Thy faithfulness, O God, my Father. There is no shadow of turning with thee. Thou changest not thy covenant.
all I have needed, thy hand has provided. Great is thy faithfulness. So many of us can testify to that truth. God is our provider, our helper, and our rescue. Let's be sure to give him our praise each and every day for the blessings he so generously pours out. I want to thank Heather for singing that so beautifully, and to the men from the Haven for sharing their heart with all of us. We encourage you to find ways to be the hands and feet of Jesus to the needs around us, and do what you can to support initiatives like the Haven. As we come to the end of our time today, we thank you all for joining us and invite you back again next week.